Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today, and this week sees the release of the sci-fi action sequel Terminator Dark Fate hitting store shelves, along with the foreign language crime drama Parasite, the dramatic biopic Harriet, as well as Arrow Video is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1988 horror film Edge of the Axe, and Scream Factory is releasing two Blu-rays, one for the 1971 horror film Let's Scare Jessica to Death and the 1991 horror film Body Parts, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are in at Walmart here, and hey, they do have at least one new release. Much better than last week, guys. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Terminator Dark Fate for $29.96, the Blu-ray DVD digital for $22.96, and the DVD for $17.96. Now, John and I did a spoiler review on Terminator Dark Fate. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the description if you guys want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I could not get anybody for a while to watch this movie with me. All of the guys said no. They were all like, I don't want to see this movie. And I honestly think the reason why is that I think just everybody is completely burnt out by the Terminator franchise. I mean, really, everybody is, man. You know, I've talked about how there's certain franchises that seem like they really flourish and people really still love them, and there's certain franchises that are really tiresome now. And Terminator is one of them, dude. It really is one of those franchises that just feels very tired and just needs to take a nap for a while. Really, it honestly does. And so I think a lot of people saw this one coming and was like, I don't know, dude, I'm just sick of it. And especially when the last movie was really god-awful, nobody wants to invest in this one. But after watching it, I have to admit, even though I do have some faults with this movie, and there is quite a few at times, the movie's not bad. I think the action here is really solid. I think Linda Hamilton is kick-ass in this movie. Arnold is still Arnold. He's still great in his roles. I like some of the newer characters. The story's not bad either. The problems with this movie overall, though, I will admit, guys, is that a lot of the whole, like, confusion of the timelines and time travel stuff really does kind of confuse and bewilder me at times, and I think would bewilder other people. I also think that some of the humor works here to lighten things up and some of it doesn't, and the movie sort of opens the door for other sequels, which, the way this did at the box office, I don't really think it's going to happen. I think there's a lot of good in this movie, and I think there's a lot of not so great stuff in this movie too. It's a bit of a mix, but I will have to say it's much better than, at least in my opinion, it's much better than the last two installments. I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I wasn't expecting this one to be as good as it was. It was not as great as what I wanted it to be, but it's certainly not as worse as I thought it was going to be. So it has some good points to it, but at times I will admit it's a little bit cumbersome. But I have to admit, though, definitely give it a chance. If you're burnt out on Terminator, I can't say I blame you guys, but I don't know whether this one will change your mind exactly, but I think it's at least worth a watch, especially if you've been a fan of the Terminator franchise over the years. I will say this, going into this movie, it takes place after part 2, so it's basically ignoring 3 and everything else. So if you like those other movies, this movie does take a giant shit on that, but if you're okay with that, then that definitely give this one a chance, guys. It's not bad, though. Not bad at all, man. And other than that, guys, that is literally it over here. There is nothing else new to show off. No Harriet, no Parasite, Motherless Brooklyn, nothing, guys. I will say this much, though. They do have the stuff from last week. They do have the Zombieland Double Tap stuff. They have Addams Family. They ended up having over here, what else am I seeing over here? Oh, yeah, they do have Countdown as well over here, and some other stuff from last week as well. Of course, they have The Courier and Black and Blue, Jay and Silent Bob reboot over here as well. So they're about a week behind, guys, but they did catch up a little bit. Unfortunately, that's not to say anything good about over here, because all they do have is Terminator Dark Fate. At least they have one. It's better than none, but I wish they would have had a lot more. That's all you can do. Alright, still not bad, but could be a hell of a lot better. Alright, let's head out. I guarantee you guys, next week we're gonna see a lot of those releases that was supposed to come out this week be on the shelves. I guarantee it. I'm almost predicting it, guys. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I can almost guarantee it, because it seems like Walmart is about a week off, which is really weird, because when we went to that previous Walmart location last week, they did have all the new releases. So it seems like this Walmart here is a little bit behind compared to some of the other Walmarts. I mean, it's still great to at least see Terminator Dark Fate. It's a big release. I'm glad they have it. But it would have been nice to see the other titles here. I mean, like I said, yeah, I filmed the stuff, but it's nice for people to want to grab it. As you kind of saw, some of those new releases, people are grabbing Zombieland. They're grabbing some of that stuff. So there is a need for physical media. People want to come into Walmart and pick up the titles that they want to get. This Walmart is not exactly providing it. Maybe they're not getting the trucks in on time. Maybe the third-party vendor isn't getting here when they need to. Maybe they can't find the stock in the back. There's a lot of possible reasons, guys, but I do love coming into Walmart. I do love the physical media here, but I'm hoping in the next couple weeks they get back on the same page again that they have been. Usually this is a really great Walmart, but it's a little bit lacking a little bit, guys. But overall, not bad. At least they have Terminator Dark Fate, and that's at least worth it in some ways, guys. Alright, well, could be a hell of a lot better, but at least we got that new release. Alright, let's head out. Alright, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. And it's a bit of a slow start this out and about because, again, Walmart isn't quite what it has been in the past. You know, it's just kind of crazy to think that we go into Target and we might actually see more releases than we would over at Walmart. I don't know what sort of weird Twilight Zone world I'm living in, but this is really odd, man. But here we are, man. So I'm expecting Target to have some of the new releases that we just didn't see over at Walmart. On top of that, I've also been noticing something about Walmart as of late. They are not really big anymore into the exclusive game. We don't see many exclusives from Walmart anymore. We used to see quite a bit, but now they're kind of getting away from that, it feels like. So Target has sort of taken up that mantle and has been putting out a lot of really great exclusives. I don't know whether we're going to see one for Terminator Dark Fate, but it's always a possibility, so we'll definitely look out for that one. But, well, let's check out the abundance of physical media that Target has. More than Walmart. That's kind of crazy. Let's head in. Alright, everybody, we are in at Target here, and quite a few interesting new releases that we didn't see over at Walmart here. And the first thing I am seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of Terminator Dark Fate for $27.99, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $22.99, and the DVD for $17.99. Now, every Terminator film has to have sort of a carrot, right? It's kind of like a dangling carrot that kind of wants to bring you back to watching it again. You know, I mean, everyone sort of has a little bit of it. Like T4 had, well, we're finally showing the actual war that we've been alluding to all these times. We're actually seeing it. Terminator Genesis had, the whole idea of, the return of Arnold to the franchise, and sort of having John Connor more front and center and possibly being the bad guy. And there's a whole sort of nuggets that they want to sort of bring people back into the theater to watch these. And this one has Linda Hamilton. That's sort of one of the nuggets to bring you back in. Oh, Linda Hamilton is back. Her big return to the franchise. And I really do love Linda Hamilton, man. I mean, oh God, there's so many really great ones she did. I mean, Children of the Corn, I think in '84. Black Moon Rising with Tommy Lee Jones, which is a really great one. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely do it. It's really, really great. I would also say Mr. Destiny. That's a really funny one. She's really good in that. Of course, Terminator, T2. And I would also say Dante's Peak, which is really good as well. And that's the really last major movie that I really ever saw her in. And I think that was in the late 90s, if I'm not mistaken. She's done some side projects here and there, but mainly she's basically stayed out of the limelight. And it's a real shame because seeing her back in here really reminds me how much I miss Linda Hamilton, dude. She is really just a kick-ass, badass chick, really commanding of the screen. I've really liked her, and I thought she was really good in this movie. I thought they did a really great job with her character. I thought it was great. It was really great to see her back in this franchise. And, there was other things that I was really looking forward to here. I mean, Tim Miller directing this thing. He had directed Deadpool, and I thought he did a really great job with that. And he did a really good job here as well. And also, James Cameron coming back into the franchise again as sort of one of the writers and the producers. But the problem here, and I think a lot of people have an issue now with James Cameron, especially when it comes to Terminator, is a lot of people just can't trust him when it comes to his word on this franchise. You can't really trust the guy. And what I mean by that is, if you guys remember when Terminator Genesis came out, and he had that whole promotional trailer or something, and he ended up saying how Terminator Genesis is really amazing, and how it reminds him of the movies that he did in the Terminator franchise, and how it goes back to its roots. And then people actually saw the movie and realized how full of shit that James Cameron actually ended up becoming. And that's why I don't think a lot of people trust him. I mean, to be fair, I just don't understand why he never directed other ones in the Terminator franchise. Why didn't he direct T3? Why didn't he direct this stuff? I mean, if you're writing these movies, if you're helping to sort of give input in them, why not just go behind the director's seat and actually do it? It's great to see Linda Hamilton back. It's great to see James Cameron having his input in this franchise, and I think a lot of it really did help this movie quite a bit. But is it too little too late? Has this franchise really run its course, and has people just not cared anymore? I mean, definitely let me know what you think of all of that, guys. It's really interesting. And the Terminator franchise is just very unique, a lot of ups and downs, but this one is sort of a mixture of both. It has its downs, but it has a lot of ups too. It's a mixed bag, but it's definitely worth checking out though. It definitely is. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Harriet for $22.99, the DVD for $17.99, and I got a chance to watch this one on Amazon Prime, guys, and I missed it in the theaters. Actually, my girlfriend wanted to go and see it, but we never got around to actually checking it out. And I have to admit that I was kind of curious to check this out because I believe this is the first full-length sort of biopic that's ever been done on Harriet Tubman. I believe it is. Or the first actually theatrical one, I should say. And it's actually pretty good. I thought that it was really well done. I thought that Cynthia Erivo did a really great job here. I thought all the actors really did. I thought the story was really powerful and engaging. I really liked what they did with this movie. I will say this much. The movie doesn't really go for the emotion more as it goes with sort of this larger-than-life woman and her story of freedom and empowerment. That's more of where it goes. But I thought Cynthia Erivo, again, did a really great job as Harriet. I think the story was really well told in a really well done way. You know, unfortunately, it didn't engage me the way that I wanted it to, even though I really do like the movie. It has its dull moments and its dull spots, and it doesn't always actually sort of engage me in the way I wanted to. But it's not a bad movie, though. I would say definitely give it a chance if you're a historical buff and are into these type of movies. But just know that you're not getting the emotional impact that I think maybe other filmmakers might go for, like a Steven Spielberg with something like Amistad or something, going for the emotional push, where this one doesn't really do that. But I think it has a really interesting sort of take on Harriet Tubman sort of being this strong lady. It's not bad, though. Going with some minor expectations, but if you're a history buff fan, this one should definitely be on your radar for sure, guys. It's not bad. Then over here, I am seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Motherless Brooklyn for $19.99, the DVD for $17.99 right here. And I got a chance to check this one out on Amazon Prime, and to be fair, I was kind of half and half on whether I actually wanted to see it in the theater or not. I kind of wanted to, but I ultimately decided I was going to wait on this one. But it looked really interesting. Edward Norton sort of playing this guy with Tourette's syndrome in the 1950s, when it wasn't really something that people were really like highlighting or really knew much about, I would say. And so he's playing this in a movie with this drama sort of mystery of his boss sort of dying, and he has to figure out who killed him and try to help out these people who are getting manipulated. It's interesting because Edward Norton also directed this movie, so he has a lot of stake in this thing. And I enjoyed the movie, but the movie has a lot of problems. I mean, I will say this much. This movie has film noir dripping all over it, man. Whether it's the voiceover stuff, the way people are dressed, the way it's filmed, the mystery aspect to it, it definitely has a film noir feel in a big bad way. The problem is the movie's kind of dull and boring at times. I mean, it really is. The performances are okay, they're not bad. But the movie is like practically 2.5 hours long. It's almost Avengers Endgame level. And this movie did not need to be that long. Maybe an hour 45, maybe 2 hours, but not 2.5, man. Like, you could have cut stuff easily from this movie, dude. It just feels bloated, and it feels kind of a mess. This was supposed to be one of those sort of like Oscar contender-worthy movies. It was supposed to be one of those ones where, like, it was supposed to gain all these awards and praise from the critics, and it really didn't, man. I think Edward Norton's a really good actor. I really like a lot of his stuff. He's not bad as a director, but this one just felt like a passion project that didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to. Like I said, I love film noirs, and I don't mind long and lengthy movies, but you gotta keep me interested. You gotta keep me entertained and engaged in the movie. And at 2 hours and I think 24 minutes or 25 minutes or something like that, it runs out of steam pretty quickly, man. So yeah, and the mystery aspect, even though it's interesting, again, it just drags on. So it's not a bad movie. If you like film noirs, check it out. But honestly, guys, it's a real dog to get through, though, man. It really honestly is. It's a shame, though. And then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Parasite for $19.99. And I also got a chance to check this one out on Amazon Prime as well, and I'm so glad that I did, guys. This is a really fantastic movie, man. I really love this one quite a bit. Parasite was amazing. It's basically about this family sort of that's kind of on the poor side, and they're manipulating this rich family into sort of getting into their lives and making money off of these people and sort of manipulating them for their own means. And they're basically like they're basically like parasites practically. That's what they are, man. They're like a parasite, just feeding off of this family. It's a really interesting drama. It has its comedic moments. I thought the family dynamics were really great. I love they just dive more into the lies and the manipulations, and the deeper they go, the deeper they can't get out of it. And it just comes to this really great sort of head with this other sort of woman that may or may not be up to something. It really is so amazing, dude. It honestly is. I just love the manipulations and the lies and the colorful characters and just how everything just spins out of control so fast, man. It really does. This is a really fantastic, phenomenal movie. It's been gaining a lot of awards over the awards season, a lot of praise from critics and fans, and I can see why. This movie is absolutely dynamic and amazing, and you guys should definitely check this one out. Parasite is phenomenal, man. I really fell in love with this one in a big bad way, guys. I really did. The only issue I would say is that it is a foreign language movie, so it is subtitled, and I know a lot of you guys sort of are not fans of subtitles, but I will say this much though, if you give it a chance though, I think it's a really engaging story. Subtitles or not, I think you guys would really enjoy it, so definitely give it a look, man. Not a bad selection here so far, some pretty great titles, and definitely a lot more than Walmart had. Alright, let's head out and see what else maybe we can find. Alright everybody, we are under the new TV releases, and there's only one thing that I am seeing here, and that is the DVD of Ballers for $14.99, the complete 5th season of Ballers with my man Dwayne Johnson. Not bad right here. Now, I have never seen a single episode of Ballers. I know maybe you guys are going to kill me, but mind you, I don't have HBO, or at least I don't have HBO yet. I am thinking of maybe getting HBO through an app on Roku or something like that. I'm like HBO Go or something. I'm thinking about it. But in the meantime, there's a lot of things that are passing me by on HBO, including Ballers. But I've always kind of been interested in the show because it sort of, from what I gather, it sort of shows the behind the scenes of sort of the business. You know, the sort of the agent, client stuff and all the craziness that sort of happens with it. I've heard Dwayne Johnson is amazing in this show, and I've always really been fascinated by the whole sort of behind-the-scenes aspect of sort of the business of sports. I've always been fascinated. There's a show that I used to watch on HBO years ago when my mother had it and I was living with her, and that was Arliss. I remember Arliss, dude, and that was so great. I would watch it late at night and just have a ball with that. That's more of a comedy than what Ballers is, but it was really cool just seeing the behind the scenes of the world of sports and how the clients are so crazy and making the deals, and I just love the ridiculousness of it. And I thought Arliss was really clever and funny. Now obviously Ballers is much more of a dramatic show than what Arliss is, but I still like that idea of the behind the scenes, backstage type of stuff. It really is interesting, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the final season. Yes, it is the final season. So now that it's come to a close, maybe now would be the right time for me to definitely check it out. Let me know what you guys think of Ballers. Good, bad. Definitely let me know, guys. And let me know what you think of Arliss. Those were good times indeed, man. Not bad. Definitely let me know. Not bad right there. Let's see if they've got anything else to check out. And now, guys, we are over at this display for Happy Galentine's. Well, it's basically a Happy Valentine's display, but it's for your best gal. So Happy Galentine's Day, get it? Yeah. So they have some DVDs that might be worth it to give to your best gal. And they got here Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again for $10. Bridesmaids for $5. You've got the Pitch Perfect trilogy on DVD here, which I do not see a price for that one. They have Yesterday for $19.99. Really, a DVD for $19.99? Damn, it's a little high price, don't you think? Shit. They also have the 25th anniversary of The Coal Miner's Daughter for $10 and Second Act for $10 as well. very interesting variety of movies, man. I mean, I like Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia is not a bad movie. I do like the first Mamma Mia more than the second one, but I could definitely see this being a good like chick flick to see with your girlfriend, man. I will say this much though, like this is more of a prequel, and it shows sort of Meryl Streep's sort of younger years as you know she was meeting all of these men from her life. But I got to admit, guys, that she's she slept with a lot of guys like right out of college, man. Like in a very short period of time. She was a little too easy. Just saying, man. She was pretty goddamn easy to please. You know, all you needed is some singing talent, and there you go. You swept her off her feet. I got a little bit of singing talent. You know, why not me? I mean, just saying. If everybody else has it easy, it's not a bad movie. But I do think the first one's better though. But still worth it, especially if you like the music though, which I do like the music. My girlfriend hates the whole like Mamma Mia music, so she would never watch this with me. However, it was fun, put it that way. With Bridesmaids, you know what, man? I've never been a fan of Bridesmaids. I know you guys are gonna rip me a new asshole, but I never thought Bridesmaids was all that funny. I didn't think it was all that funny and hilarious. I thought it was more cringeworthy and kind of lame. I mean, it is definitely a good chick flick for the ladies. It is. I just never found it funny, dude. I didn't get all the hype for the movie. I like the actresses. Well, most of them. I'm not a fan of Kristen Wiig. I just don't find her funny much of the time. Melissa McCarthy, it's great that she came into this and really sort of blew up because of it. But I've never really liked this one, dude. I mean, I don't think it's a terrible movie by any means, but I just don't think it's all that funny. People tell me it's hilarious, and I just kind of look at them like, really? That's just my opinion. I know it's one of those more maligned opinions. Everybody really loves this one, but not me, man. Just saying. Then the Pitch Perfect trilogy, which, by the way, man, the first Pitch Perfect is really good. I really like it quite a bit. The second one, not as good as the first one. It has its good moments. I never got around to seeing the third one. I just wasn't really interested in it. These are definitely chick flick movies. These are definitely a good one to show the girlfriend or your loved one if you like sort of singing and dancing and a cappella. Some interesting female ladies. Give this one a chance, but it's never been one outside of the first Pitch Perfect that I really loved. Definitely let me know your opinions on this one, guys. With Yesterday, I guess you could call this a sort of, I mean, it's definitely a feel-good movie. Is it one that I would definitely say is a good sort of chick flick movie for the girlfriend or your best gal? Maybe, but I never really thought of it as that. I mean, it's one of those movies that'll make you feel good about yourself, make you feel good about life, and sing along to the songs, which are completely infectious and incredibly memorable. But is it really considered one for Valentine's Day? I don't know about that one, guys. And for $19.99 for the DVD, man, that's high price, dude. That is high price for a DVD, man. I don't know about that, man. You can get it for far cheaper, dude. Just saying. Then the Coal Miner's Daughter right here, which, by the way, guys, this is a phenomenal movie. This movie is absolutely amazing. I remember watching this years ago when my mother sort of taped it on VHS, and Sissy Spacek is amazing here. Tommy Lee Jones is awesome. It's such a fantastic movie. It's based on the true story of Loretta Lynn and her coming up in her career and the stardom and everything. It's an amazing watch, man. This is one of those ones that I highly recommend just for the performances and the story and such a heartfelt and emotional tale. It really honestly is. This is definitely a great sort of chick flick, and it's actually probably one that's really great to get, because I guarantee some of your girlfriends or your best gals might have never even checked this one out. So it's definitely worth diving into. Such a really great movie that's kind of actually gotten overlooked a little bit, and I don't think it should. So good, man. And then the second act, which, by the way, yes, this is a chick flick. It's one that's for the girlfriend. I agree with that, but you could find better Jennifer Lopez movies than Second Act. It had its moments. There's some good stuff in here at times, but I just didn't really enjoy it. I mean, I like Jennifer Lopez, but like I said, there's better feel-good movies with Jennifer Lopez than Second Act, man. This felt like on the lower tier of good sort of romantic comedy that Jennifer Lopez has done. There's far better ones out there. This is on the sort of second lower tier, but I guess if your gal likes Jennifer Lopez, why the hell not, right? Not bad. But again, some good deals here. $10, $5, $10. Something for the gal. I guess you can't go wrong with some stuff over at Target. Not bad for Happy Galentine's Day. Not bad, guys. All right, let's head out. Interesting variety and selection this time over at Target. Target pulls through yet again, man. You know, it's weird to say that Target has more variety and selection, at least at the places I go, than Walmart. Kind of crazy and ridiculous, guys, but here we are, and not bad variety, man. No exclusives this week. I thought we might get one for Terminator Dark Fate, but that was sort of up in the air. Maybe we were going to get it, maybe we weren't, but not bad variety. A lot of really great stuff to show off, and I will say this much. They also have a ton of the Star Wars stuff. They still have a ton of the Blu-ray digital stuff that came out last year. They have a ton of this stuff, dude. Still a lot of stock in that. And at $22.99, it kind of feels like they just got in a lot of stock and it's just sitting. And the reason why it's sitting, and I think you guys know that, is in a couple months' time, we're going to get a big, huge Star Wars box set coming out with all of the movies and special features and everything. So I think a lot of people right now are waiting for that release, and a lot of these single ones, unfortunately, are not getting a lot of love. $22.99, not a bad price, but the problem is with a lot of these releases, there are no special features. So unfortunately, you're getting the movie, and that's it. You're not getting any commentaries or featurettes or anything like that. So just the movies themselves, and you could get those for far cheaper. So not really anything special in it for those releases, but that is something coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed it this time around. Let's head to the next location and see what we can find. And actually, one more thing, guys, that I'm just noticing before I'm leaving Target is they actually have over here, they have a Blu-ray DVD digital exclusive only for Harriet right here. Interesting. They have with different artwork and yeah, kind of cool. I just noticed that wasn't over in the regular section. It's over here in the new movie sort of display area. Not bad, man. Cool. So a surprise before we leave. Not bad. Actually, the artwork and everything really looks nice. That really pops, man. That's a really cool exclusive, man. Not bad at all, man. All right. Well, now we can head out. All right, everybody. We are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, I want to talk about a couple of trailers that I saw recently. The first being the rhythm section with Blake Lively and Jude Law. And I wanted to talk about this trailer because I love a really good espionage spy thriller. I really honestly do. And it seems like they still get made today, but not as much as they used to back in the day. I remember things like Spy Game with Robert Redford and Brad Pitt that really sort of come to mind, and there's other ones too that are really, really great. Red Sparrow, which I quite like. But this one looks really good. A woman played by Blake Lively that's out for revenge, that learns to become this spy assassin and has to take down her targets. You know, she's trained by Jude Law. It looks really good. It looks really engaging, and it looks really fascinating to me. I like Blake Lively a lot. I love Jude Law. It's a great combination here. You know how much I really love tough, badass chicks. So this one looks something that is right down my alley. I'm definitely interested in this one. Definitely let me know what you guys think about that one. And the other one I saw is Vivarium with Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots, which looks really interesting to me. It's basically about this young couple that is looking to buy this home in this sort of like residential area, and they look at the house, okay, fine, whatever. They're kind of thinking about it. They try to leave, and they cannot leave. They cannot. It's like a maze. They cannot find their way out of here. So they are literally stuck in this complex, and they are forced to live in this home and live out their life here. They are literally forced to do it. Forced to have a child, not like forced to give birth to a child, actually forced to, like, there's like a baby in a box that they just randomly get, and they now have to raise it as their own. And it's so weird and so bizarre, and it has so many sort of different vibes, man. Like, some of it is like, oh, it feels right out of, like, you know, a playbook of like these sort of 70s sort of like fearing sort of domestic home life type of movies. You know, it really is just very fascinating to me, man. I like the comedy aspect of it. It's like a dark, twisted comedy that kind of looks really cool. I like Jesse Eisenberg. I like Imogen Poots. I can't say I like everything they've done, especially Jesse Eisenberg. You know, some of it is a little bit dry humor that I like dry humor, but some of it doesn't really hit me. But this movie looks weird enough and twisted and has that dark sense of humor that is something right up my alley. So I am definitely interested. And it sort of reminds me in some weird way of something like Stepford Wives or something like that. It really has that sort of twisted sensibility, which could be really cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Definitely let me know what you think of that, both of the trailers. In the meantime, let's head into the beast and see what Best Buy has in store for us this week. Alright everybody, we are in at Best Buy here under the new releases, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the DVD of Terminator Dark Fate for $17.99, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $22.99, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.99, and oh yeah, they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital only at Best Buy exclusive Steelbook for $34.99, and look at this bad boy. Nice, look at that. That is a badass Steelbook, man. Look at that evil Terminator right there. Nice. That looks really cool, man. That looks really nice. Oh, that's a fantastic Steelbook, dude. I really like that one a lot. And you can kind of see he has kind of the black goo that's coming off him. I'm assuming on the backside it probably has to be sort of the human form Terminator on the back end of it. But, oh, that's really nice, man. Now, very different cover from this. I actually do like this cover quite a bit, though, man. I like sort of the sun in the background and sort of the badass looks of the characters. I like that one. This is really cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say I love all the exclusive Best Buy Steelbooks, but this one is badass, man. Really, really nice, dude. Very, very cool. Now, the real question is, where would I rank this Terminator movie among the other films in the franchise? That's a bit more trickier, guys, and it really honestly is. And okay, so the first Terminator film is classic, right? It's a classic Terminator movie. No one's ever going to deny that. T2 is amazing. T2 is badass. It's really cool. I love T2 so much. And then things kind of get a little muddled from there. I like T3 quite a bit. Terminator 3, man, people shit on Terminator 3 so much, dude, and I don't quite understand why. I mean, I think it's really cool. I really loved the story with John Connor. I really loved seeing sort of his future wife. I thought Kristanna Loken as the evil Terminator, I thought she was really cool in it. I think the ending is awesome. It's a really dark ending, dude, and it's one of those dark ending movies. I think it's one of the best in the franchise. I quite like it. I think the action's really cool in it. You know, I know James Cameron shits all over it because, you know, it's not sort of something that he was involved in, but I tend to like TT3 a lot. It's the one I think that, to me, unfairly gets shit on the most, but I tend to like it. The other ones, oh, man, Terminator Salvation. Dude, Salvation's a mess. I mean, let's be honest, dude. Salvation's a complete and utter mess. It's an interesting story, but a lot of it doesn't make a lot of sense, and the characters are kind of blandish, and it doesn't really work to me, dude. Salvation, it's not terrible, but it really is just a bloated mess of a movie. And then when you get to Terminator Genisys is, I'm sorry, guys, it's dog shit, dude. I'm not gonna be dishonest with you guys. It is garbage, man. The whole story, the time traveling aspects, a lot of that shit doesn't make any goddamn sense. On top of that, I think some of the CGI is really not that great in the movie. And even the younger people playing sort of Sarah Connor and all these other characters, they're not all that great, dude. They can't be people like Lynn Hamilton and Michael Biehn. They can't, dude. The whole sort of butchering of the John Connor character that they did in that movie, it's so terrible, dude. God, man, I could rant about that for hours. It's just not good. Where would I rank this one? I think it's not as good as Terminator. It's not as good as Terminator 2. I'm going to put it on par with Terminator 3. You know, on a good day, I could pick one or the other. If I watch this one and really like it, it could go above T3. If I watch T3 and really like that, it could go above this. That's where kind of the ranking is. Salvation is under those, and Genisys is dead last, dude. And as far as the Sarah Connor Chronicles is concerned, I'm sure you guys are going to bring it up. Sarah Connor Chronicles is not terrible. I kind of liked it, but unfortunately they never got to finish that, and they never got to actually properly finish what they started, which is a real shame. It's still good and it's worth to check out, but I don't think it rises to the level of some of the movies, in my opinion, but it's still pretty decent, at least, to check out. You know, unfairly canceled, I would say, for that one, for sure, guys. Now, are we going to see more Terminator films? I don't know about that one, guys, and the reason why I say that is because this one really bombed bad at the box office, dude. It really didn't make the money they were hoping for, and this film, as I said earlier, sets up a sequel that's never going to happen, and it's really unfortunate because they set up some things I would love to see them pay off, but they don't really, they're not going to get a chance to do it. If I was saying anything for the Terminator franchise, it would be to let it rest, man. Let it rest, let it find peace and rest finally, man. I mean, don't even do like a 10 years thing and then reboot it or remake it, because I just don't want to see this thing remade or rebooted. Just let it rest, dude, and let the movies speak for themselves. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get, you know, another movie in 10 or so years, but that's a real shame, guys. I mean, that's my honest opinion about this. I still think this movie is really worth it, and I think it's got a lot of great stuff that is really cool as part of the Terminator canon. There's issues with the movie, but you know, it's much better than Salvation or Genisys, and I really do think you guys should give it a chance. If you've been on the fence about it, at least watch it once. I do think you guys are going to dig it. There's a lot of cool stuff to really like here, man. You do get deleted and extended scenes, in-depth behind-the-scenes featurettes, over an hour of bonus content. Not bad, dude. And again, a really cool kick-ass steelbook, man. This is really nice, dude. Really awesome, man. The Terminator franchise is a tired franchise. It's time to end it. But was this the best way for the Terminator franchise to go out? Not exactly. But I still think it's a worthy part of the franchise. I honestly do. Definitely let me know what you guys think. And not bad over here so far. We saw the one release over here. I don't see any other new stuff over this section, but we'll definitely check over on the other side. All right. Let's see what else they got. Alright guys, we're over in the other side of the new releases with the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Harriet for $22.99. And did you guys hear about that sort of rumor that ended up becoming true about this movie? If you didn't, I'll let you know. So, this movie has been in development for quite a long time. It just has been. And at one point, one studio was going to make this movie, and one of the executives suggested that Julia Roberts should play Harriet Tubman, and with like the straightest face you've ever seen. And one other guy's like, well, you do know Harriet Tubman was black, right? And this one executive is like, again, stone faced, not even joking, is like, well, nobody will notice, nobody will care. And thankfully, cooler heads prevailed, and that didn't end up happening. But that's just craziness, dude. That's just craziness to think that a studio head of a major motion picture company would suggest a white woman being in blackface to play Harriet. Wow. That just blows my mind, guys. That really blows my mind in a big bad way, man. It honestly does. And I think it just goes to a bigger problem of like whitewashing in Hollywood in general, man. I mean, I watch some of these movies where like they're supposed to be Egyptians and they're white people, and you're like, they're not even Egyptians, man. I mean, that's really like, you're not even attempting to hide it. You're just flat out saying we just don't give a damn. I mean, I will admit there was that whole controversy with Aladdin where there was a rumor that Aladdin was going to like cast like people not of the proper color, and then that sort of came out. That was a huge backlash, and Disney said, oh, no, we're actually gonna, do that, we swear. And it's just kind of crazy, and it just kind of reminds me of Tropic Thunder, man, of like the old Robert Downey Jr. blackface thing of like, trying to be inside another sort of ethnicity skin. I mean, obviously that was for laughs and joking, but I just find it completely funny that actually happens in real life. Like, there's actually suggestions of that, and it's actually happened in Hollywood before. That's wild, man. That's just crazy shit, dude. But that's Hollywood for you, man. I mean, I'm glad this movie actually ended up not having that happen. And again, it's actually a very unique and interesting movie. Again, I really do like certain slavery type of movies. I mean, Roots comes to mind. Roots is fantastic. I would also say something like The Color Purple, which is a really phenomenal movie as well. Great early Steven Spielberg film that not many people talk about. Like, that was really good. And there's a lot of really good ones out there. Like I said before, Amistad is really good. Harriet is definitely one of the really good ones. Not as emotional as I thought it was going to be, but they definitely prop Harriet up in a big bad way of being this sort of legend, and she definitely is, man. So if you're a history buff, definitely give this one a look. I don't think you'll be disappointed, but again, going with check the expectations. It's a long movie. It's a little over 2 hours long, and there is some dull spots at times, but again, the performances and the story alone is well worth it, guys, honestly. You get here deleted scenes, her story, becoming Harriet, and feature commentary. Not bad. Not bad at all. For $22.99, not a bad price. If you're a fan of it, and some interesting biopics in the history of the United States, Harriet's not a bad one to check out, man. Definitely give it a look. And that's all that I'm seeing over here, guys, as far as newer releases are concerned. Let's check the rest of Best Buy and see what else they got. Alright, guys, we are over here at this display for Birds of Prey. Yeah, some sort of promotional display that they got going on for Birds of Prey right here. Doesn't release until February 7th, but might as well promote it now, right, guys? So they got a lot of like DC movies and everything sort of scattered in here as promotional for the movie. And they have here the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of the '89 Batman for $19.99. They also have Batman and Robin in here. $19.99. They have the 4K Ultra HD for The Dark Knight for $19.99. The Dark Knight Rises for $19.99 for 4K as well. They've got that. See, they got Justice League, the Blu-ray for $9.99. The DC animated movie Batman Ninja, Blu-ray DVD digital. Nice. Very nice. I got that. I got the 4 film favorites of Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. $14.99. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition. Got that. Shazam, the DVD for $9.99. The Blu-ray for $13.99. Wonder Woman for $9.99. Aquaman for $9.99 Blu-ray DVD digital, which is a great price on that one. You also have a bunch of these sort of animated DC movies that have exclusives with them. You have Batman Bad Blood, which includes the figurine for $9.99. That's a great price for that. The Death of Superman with the action figure as well for $9.99. Justice League vs. Teen Titans with the action figure, which is really cool as well. And they also have Teen Titans The Judas Contract for $9.99 as well with the action figure. So if you guys are fans of the DC animated stuff and have not picked up any of these and definitely want the exclusive action figure, these are all $9.99. That's not a bad price, man. Not a bad price at all. And like I said, this is a really great one. And I know they're actually doing... I know they're going to be doing the sequel for Aquaman, but I also heard they're going to be doing some sort of spin-off as well. They're doing The Trench or something, some sort of like spin-off of sort of the Aquaman world, which is interesting. It's going to be more of a horror film, something that James Wan is doing. I like James Wan. I'm glad he's going to be coming back for Aquaman 2. Not sure about that horror film, though, The Trench. Definitely let me know what you guys think about that. And also with Wonder Woman... I cannot wait for Wonder Woman 1984. That is going to be absolutely awesome, or at least I'm hoping it will be awesome, because honestly, Wonder Woman was kind of a gamble, man, because I don't think a lot of people thought it was going to work, or Gal Gadot was going to be good in it, but she ended up really surprising people, and now that, like, they're over the hump of actually, like, knowing that a Wonder Woman movie will work, now they have to actually, like, see whether a Wonder Woman movie sequel will work, changing the whole sort of World War setting and going into the 80s and changing it up. I am looking forward to it quite a bit, guys. They got a lot to live up to because this was a really great movie, man. With Shazam, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, I wasn't as in love with Shazam as some other people were. I do really like the Shazam character, and I do think he's really funny, and I do think there's a lot of potential. I know they are going ahead and doing the sequel, which I can't wait. I think the sequel is going to be really, well, it has the potential to be really great. I think now that you have the origin story out of the way, you can do something really cool, and hopefully they're going to put Black Adam in it. I know Black Adam's getting his own movie, The Rock's doing it, but I hope maybe they put him in as the villain in the second one. However, I'm going to take a wild guess that they're going to do that in the third film. I don't think they're going to do it in the second one, but maybe, though. I would like to see where they go with the sequel, though. That would be really cool, man. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, well, I still don't really love this movie. I still think this movie's an absolute mess of a film, man. I mean, I like Zack Snyder. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's really awesome, dude. I was never feeling Affleck, man. I wasn't. I know a lot of people loved Affleck. I wasn't feeling him, man. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was really, really bad. I just thought it was sort of a lame duck of a sort of versus movie. I thought it had the potential to be really great, but I don't know. I think it didn't quite work to me the way it did. And then don't even get me started on the whole Martha bull. That's terrible. God. I don't know how good the Ultimate Edition is, though. I don't know if this is the extended cut or not. I know there is that extended cut that some people say is better, but here's the problem. it still has all of the same issues as the theatrical cut, so none of that stuff goes away. It's just extended. So, not sure I would like that, but let me know if that's even better. The 4 film favorites, not bad. I will say, man, out of all these ones, I think the most underrated one of them is definitely Batman Forever, dude. I mean, the Seal soundtrack, and I even thought they did Robin pretty well in the movie, man. I thought Chris O'Donnell did a really good job. I like that quite a bit, man. I did. It's not bad. And I thought actually Carrie was really good as the Riddler, man. Batman Ninja there. And with Justice League, I still don't really love the movie, but it is better than Batman Dawn of Justice. I will say that much. It definitely is better. What I will say, though, is that over these past, months, I've been seeing so many sort of tweets and everything from Zack Snyder about his cut of the film. I've seen him putting out different artwork and stills and everything like that. It looks really fascinating to me. It looks like a whole different style of movie than what we got here. And I'm not somebody that sort of beats the drum sometimes on releasing these other editions of movies, but what I will admit, though, is that I kind of want to see the Zack Snyder cut. I really do. I really want to see what he was going to do with that, with this movie. I really do, man. How he was going to hint at Doomsday and what he was going to do with Superman. I mean, I saw the whole stills with Superman and sort of the black Superman suit, and that looks so badass, man. I'm really curious as to what he would have done. I don't know whether we're going to get another Justice League movie anytime soon. I kind of feel like they're kind of going away from that, but I am one of those people that, release the Zack Snyder cut, dude. I would love to see it. I honestly would, man. Why not? Even if it's in poor quality and it's not the best thing and it's not unfinished, I would still like to see what Zack Snyder was trying to pull off, man. It looks really interesting. I'd like to contrast between the two. And then you have Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. Now, I will admit, guys, that Dark Knight is really fantastic. And again, I credit all of that to Heath Ledger. I really do, man. If you were to take Heath Ledger out of this movie as the Joker, if you pull Joker out of this movie, this film's not half as good as what people say it is. And I think, to me, sometimes one character or one actor can make a movie, and this is what Heath Ledger did, dude. Heath Ledger made The Dark Knight what it is. Like I said, I like Bale to a certain degree. I like the characters around, but if you have a really good and solid villain, and your villain can be just as iconic as the hero, then your movie is golden, and The Dark Knight is definitely one of those guys. I think it is. As far as The Dark Knight Rises, damn, out of the 3 movies, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and this, I think this is the weakest installment. I really do. I'm not saying it's a terrible movie by any means, but I don't think Bane is really effective as being a main villain in the Batman world. He's good for little spurts, like when the comic books came out, when Bane broke Batman's back, that was a huge moment in the comic books. It was really intimidating, it was really cool. But outside of that, I don't think Bane is really effective. I mean, you saw what they did with Bane and Batman and Robin, man. That was bullshit. But, I mean, this is better. I think Tom Hardy did as good of a job with the character as you can. But it's hard to really do Bane right, man. It's the same with Doomsday, dude. It's hard to get these characters right, man. Like I said, I think the movie's decent. I like the Batman journey here. I think it was a good send-off for the Nolan trilogy, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's the weakest of all of them. I really honestly do. And that's a shame, because I was hoping the third one was actually going to be the best. And here's also the problem, guys. I don't know whether you agree with me or not, but when I was in the movie theater, sometimes I can't tell what the hell these characters are saying. You have Batman that's like, and then you have Bane that's like, Oh, word to word. And it's like, can 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 anybody know what they're saying? It's like, damn, I have to put on the subtitles for this bitch. I don't know, man. I mean, it's good, but it's not Dark Knight level. Trust me, not Dark Knight level. Definitely let me know what you think about that one. Batman and Robin, the movie that almost broke the franchise. God damn. You know, it's kind of interesting. I saw a interview with George Clooney. He was being interviewed on the Graham Norton show, and he talked about how he always apologizes for Batman and Robin, and how the suit was the enemy. He could barely move in the suit, and Joel Schumacher was like blaring, sort of advice to him through a bullhorn, and he could barely move, and he's just uncomfortable, and just a complete mess for him, dude. He had a terrible time on this film, and I get why he wanted to do it, because who really would say no to Batman? I mean, come on. But they turned this movie almost into a farce. I mean, really, it was pretty bad. It damn near killed Schwarzenegger's career and Clooney's career and O'Donnell's and Alicia Silverstone. It damn near crushed almost everybody, dude. It's a fascinating movie to watch, just how far down the rabbit hole a franchise can go. Like something like go from Batman 89 to Batman and Robin, and just how do we get here? Craziness, dude, craziness. And speaking of Batman, I have to admit though, guys, that this is still one of my favorite Batman movies of all time, and Keaton is my favorite Batman ever. I think Keaton is amazing as Bruce Wayne Batman. I would love for them to do another Batman film with an older Keaton, sort of more grizzled and training a younger one. I'd love to see it, and I've heard there's kind of been talks about it, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I would love to see it, dude. I really honestly would. Nicholson is one of the best Jokers. Yeah, man, this is a classic by far, man. Honest to God classic. Really, really great, dude. So awesome. And a very interesting display of some interesting DC titles right here. Not bad, guys. If you're into DC, haven't picked up some of this stuff, definitely do it. And get ready for Birds of Prey coming very soon. And then over in this section, guys, we are seeing the Blu-ray digital of Parasite for 1999. And this movie is directed by Bong Joon-ho. God, I hope I'm not butchering that name. And I was interested to check this out because of him as a director, because he's done some really interesting and unique work, guys. He did Snowpiercer. Now, let me tell you something, man. Snowpiercer is fucking phenomenal, dude. I absolutely love Snowpiercer. I think it's one of those really great modern sci-fi masterpieces. I really honestly do. He ended up doing The Host, which is a really great movie as well. I like The Host. He also did Okja for Netflix, which I haven't seen Okja yet, and I actually want to check that out. I've just never found the time to check out Okja. I really want to. I've heard good things about it. He's a very interesting director that doesn't tie himself down to one genre. He's a very unique filmmaker. He doesn't just do stuff for the sake of doing it. He likes to get into the emotion of the characters, the dilemmas. He likes to explore what these characters are doing, and I think that's really why I like him as a director so much. And I think with Parasite, he dives into the emotions and what these characters are feeling and why they're doing what they're doing, and not trying to make them the bad guys. Because the thing about it with a movie like this is that this family that preys on this richer family, you could almost consider these people villains. But how he frames it, they're not villains. They're just people that are trying to survive in their life. And it's just very fascinating and interesting of a movie. And this movie deserves all of the sort of Oscar buzz that it's getting, all of the awards that it's garnered. It deserves all of that stuff. And Bong Joon-ho deserves the nomination that he's gotten for the Academy Awards. He really does. I can't wait to see what he does next, man. I really can't, because he's just one of those really great directors that I think people are just starting to find out now. Like, I'm sure a lot of people have seen things like Snowpiercer and whatnot, but I don't think people have exactly always connected a director to a certain movie, and I think people are starting to find certain directors because of sort of high profile work and things like Parasite that has gotten a lot of buzz. Definitely go back and check some of his work, man, because he is definitely a phenomenal talent and deserves all the love that he gets, man. Definitely do that, dude. You do get a Q&A with the director, and that's about it. But he is a fascinating director, and he's done a lot of fascinating work, and Parasite is one of them. Definitely check this one out, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Motherless Brooklyn for $19.99. And as I said earlier, this is like one of those film noirs, tries to be one of those classic ones. And I really do love film noirs, man. You know, I was kind of thinking about it. You have things like Double Indemnity from back in the day, Touch of Evil. You know, you even have stuff in the modern day, like you have Memento that kind of has that film noir feel. You have even that sci-fi movie Dark City has sort of a film noir vibe to it. Classic film noir vibe sort of mixed with sci-fi. I would also say even, you know, something great like Sin City that takes sort of the film noir and sort of turns into sort of a comic book version of it, which was really cool as well. I would also say another film noir movie I can recommend to you guys is The Big Bang with Antonio Banderas. I thought that was great. I loved the story. I love sort of slightly futuristic but yet modern at the same time. It was really cool. It's one of those sort of underrated film noir movies that I don't think people really know much about. I would definitely recommend that. Definitely give me more recommendations on some good film noirs that you recommend. Older ones like stuff like Touch of Evil, or modern day ones with a different twist on it. As far as Motherless Brooklyn is concerned, dude, man, this thing was a chore to get through, and that's the problem about it. The movie looks good, the performances are okay, I like the film noir vibe to it, but it's just laughable, dude. Like Edward Norton's performance here with him having Tourette's, it's supposed to be dramatic and it's supposed to be, you know, somewhat heartbreaking and emotional, and it comes off as cheesy and laughable at times. Sometimes I was laughing at the movie. Sometimes I was laughing at Edward Norton. It seemed like he was doing what Robert Downey Jr. said to Ben Stiller to never do in Tropic Thunder. Never go full retard. Never do it. And Edward Norton did. Damn shame. And you know what? The movie at times, because I was laughing at moments and thought it was kind of ridiculous, it kind of reminded me at times of Johnny Dangerously. Like, Johnny Dangerously is so good with Keaton, but they're playing it for laughs. The whole sort of like film noir stuff and sort of the gangster angle to it, they're just having a fun time making fun of it. And this movie tries to take itself seriously, but there's times when I just cannot take it seriously at all. God bless Edward Norton in his heart. God bless him, dude. He tried, man. He did. It just doesn't work, dude. It doesn't. It's almost Avengers Endgame level runtime, which it should never be. They could have cut so much stuff out of this. And his character, he tries to make his character serious and engaging and dramatic, and it just doesn't work. Dude. Oh, it's one of those sort of failures where you wonder why. This dude says it's nothing short of a masterpiece. I don't know what he was watching, but it's okay. But there's a hell of a lot better movies out there that are film noirs or stuff that takes place in sort of that sort of 50s vibe. Yeah, it's a shame. And let me just say that Bruce Willis, he still ain't good in the movie. He's not, you know, I've told you guys in previous Out and About said Bruce Willis doesn't really try with his acting. The streak continues. He ain't good in this one either. God bless Edward Norton for trying, but he didn't get a good performance out of him. It's a worthy failure. Put it that way, guys. And you get here making of Edward Norton's methodical process, commentary, and deleted scenes. I would be very interested in what Edward Norton has to say about this movie, his comments, and why he decided to do the things that he did. I think Edward Norton is a very interesting actor. He's a very passionate guy, but sometimes he doesn't make the right decisions, and I think Motherless Brooklyn is one of those. It's a fascinating and interesting failure, but still a failure nonetheless. Damn shame. Well, that does it for Best Buy, guys. Actually, a lot of really great stuff to check out. All right, let's head out. It's a pretty good week for Best Buy, dare I say, guys. I mean, we got a lot of really great selection this time around, a lot of really cool titles, an interesting promotional display for Birds of Prey, on top of a really kick-ass exclusive for Terminator Dark Fate. That's a badass steelbook, man. Not bad here this week, not bad at all. It definitely got better and better as we went along. Target and Best Buy definitely saved the day in a big, bad way, guys. Not bad here. I love checking out the physical media. Big titles, small titles, older releases, doesn't matter. It's always great doing the out and about, guys. Hope you enjoyed it here at Best Buy. Let's head home and finish the video. Alright, everybody. That will do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And there was some really great titles that came out this week, man. There really honestly was. And it kind of now feels like everything that came out in the theaters in the fall and starting in the winter is finally coming on Blu-ray and DVD and 4K, and it's a nice feeling. You know, we had a little bit of a lull for a couple weeks time of, you know, not much media really coming out there, but now we're really heading into a very busy time for physical media. Things are ramping back up after the craziness of December again and the slowdown of early January. Now we're getting a lot of really great stuff coming out. Next month is a bonanza of titles as well, so keep a lookout, guys, because physical media is definitely ramping back up again in a big bad way. There's always sort of slowdowns and more peak moments for physical media, and as I said, usually sort of the later months, sort of October, November, even September, around there, those are great months for physical media because there's so much media to devour. There's so much really great releases. A lot of the summer stuff is finally hitting, plus a lot of great sort of indie studio stuff that is being put out. Now we're getting some really great stuff now, which is the fall titles and some of the winter stuff coming out. You're getting a lot of really great new titles coming out from these indie labels as well, like Scream Factory and Arrow and Criterion and a lot of those places. So even though we've had a little bit of a slow build up, we're getting to some really great media, guys. So it's all about being patient. Patience pays off. I've always said that, guys. So if you've been patient, your patience will pay off for sure, guys. So definitely keep a lookout on some really great titles coming around. We're seeing them now, and we're going to continue to see them. So definitely keep a lookout for that stuff, guys. And I hope you guys picked up something good this week. If you did, it definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, well, what did I get here? So I got a package in the mail from Wicked Vision Media. This thing has been to hell and back, and the reason why is because Wicked Vision Media is in Germany. Yes, I ordered a Blu-ray from Germany, of all places. Try ordering from a German website when you can't really understand any of what the page has to say and the language. That was a pain in the butt, guys. This being said, this took a long while to get to my doorstep, guys. In fact, I was gonna wait like another week and contact Wicked Vision Media and be like, I still haven't gotten the package, and it's been damn near a month. It took a long time. It finally got to me, and I damn glad to have it, man. This movie inside here is a horror movie from the 80s, and it's one that I was really interested because there's a really great collector's limited edition release that they did for this title. It was multiple different cover arts and, you know, a great media book that they had, and I really wanted this one. And I noticed here in the States that they didn't really have any sort of major great addition to it, so I'm like, if I can get it with really great cover art, the media book included. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to pull the trigger. And that's what I did. I'm really looking forward to this one. This is a horror movie that I've never had in the collection, but I'm damn glad to have it. So, yeah, I don't have many Blu-rays from Germany. Maybe one other one, I would say. So, kind of cool that I got it in Germany, and damn glad to have it. So, I'm happy to finally get this one for the collection. I also got a package in the mail from Full Moon Features. Yes. Now, this one, I was actually kind of shocked because I was on Facebook one day and they were like, yeah, we're putting this movie out on Blu-ray and you can pre-order it, in the next couple days. And I was like, really? Wow. Like, just a random announcement. This is a very interesting movie. It stars Sybil Danning, and I love Sybil Danning. She's just one kick-ass chick. It's one, I believe it came out in the 80s, if not the 70s, but I'm pretty sure the 80s. And it's just her being badass with these other women and, just looking good and kicking ass. I can't ask for much more from Sybil Danning, guys. So I decided, what the hell, I'm going to pull the trigger on this one. This has definitely never been in the collection. And I don't really know how much of a limited release this is, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to pick this up before it goes limited or it sells out, and I'm going to be pissed that I didn't pick it up. So I just pulled the trigger on it. So damn glad that I did, guys. So got that from Full Moon Features. And I picked up a release over at Best Buy, guys. So, you know what, man? I really wanted to get this one. I know a lot of people are going to shit on the movie, and I understand why they're going to do it. Me, even though I had lukewarm response to this movie at first, I've been thinking about this movie more and more. The more times I've been thinking about it, and I like more stuff in it than I hate. And I really do think it's one of those movies that may be appreciated over time once things sort of settle down a bit. But I wanted to pick it up right away, and I'm damn glad I did. So I got this. So I got 3 titles in the mail. More that is coming, but not a bad haul, guys. And you guys will not find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray pickup video, which will drop next month. It'll show off all the titles that I got for the month of January. And it's not going to be a big haul for January. It's going to be more on the smaller side, but I'm really happy with what I've gotten, whether it's the new releases, the limited editions, collector's editions, retro titles, some unique overseas stuff, a lot of very interesting releases and media that I've gotten as of late, guys. You guys know, usually, even if I have a small haul, I pick up some pretty unique stuff, not the norm at times, so definitely stay tuned to that, guys, and stay tuned to a lot of more videos that are coming, whether it's Blu-ray pickups, for November or December, other movie reviews that I've done with my friends, and a lot more things that are coming as well. And don't forget to watch my Dollar Tree movie hunting video that I recently did. The Dollar Tree sale came back in a big bad way, and the video is over 2 hours, but trust me, it's a great one. I went out to about 3 stores and had a ball just looking at the media and talking about it, so it's a great video. And I finally put up our Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker spoiler review that we did. We dive into everything, The Rise of Skywalker, the characters, the plot, all of the spoilery goodness, so we definitely did that as well. And we did a really cool sort of lightsaber battle at the beginning of the video. I think it came out pretty damn good. So I always like to do something unique for the reviews, and this one is no exception, guys. So definitely tune into some of those as well. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos I've done, the movie hunting videos, the theatrical movie reviews, the pickups, and much more. If you're a fan of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome, continuing to watch the videos, supporting me, the great comments that you give, and I want to welcome a lot of you who have recently subscribed to the channel. Thank you for doing so. Thank you for giving the channel a chance. I hope you've enjoyed so far what you've been seeing on the channel, and I hope that I can continue to have your support going forward. I really do hope I can get that, guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do that. And make sure to keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with what I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. Alright, guys. A very interesting week for physical media. Some stores had quite a bit, other stores not so much, but still, no matter what, it's always worth checking out the media every single week. Good, bad, big release, small release, it doesn't matter. Physical media reigns supreme, guys, and I hope you remember that. And I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.